Facebook Live, Instagram Live going. Happy Wednesday. Gosh, this week is flying by. July. God, I wish it was July. January 13th. It's my brother's birthday today. So if he's listening, happy birthday, Vince. So today I wanted to talk about why eating less and doing more cardio may actually be hindering your fat loss. It's something I see all the time. But for those of you who don't know me, I'm Carrie Barrington. I am a Faster Way to Fat Loss certified coach. And hey guys. And I have started doing something new. Every week on Wednesdays, I'm going to go live and talk a little bit about a couple of wellness tips, hot topics I see as a coach, things I get asked about often. And so I thought I would turn, 20, 30 minutes every Wednesday and kind of talk a little bit about these topics with you guys. And hope answer questions that I get from people and just kind of talk about, hey Becca, just talk about a couple of things. So it's called Coffee with Carrie. Tried to be catchy there. So if you have coffee, join me. I love coffee, live for coffee. And if I ever did any program that told me I couldn't have coffee, bye, because I wouldn't do it. So anyways, so today, like I said, I wanted to talk a little bit about one of the things that I hear all the time. If you want to lose weight, eat less and work out more. How many times have you heard this? How many times have you actually been a victim of this, right? I'm raising my hand because I have. There's been a time where I'm like, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to do all the cardio and I'm going to eat broccoli. That's all I'm going to do, right? Here's the thing. The only problem with this statement is that it actually doesn't work. If it were that simple, all those people that spend hours and hours suffering through cardio workouts at the gym and obsessing over how few calories they can put into their bodies would be thin, they'd be lean, and they'd be so happy with their results, right? I'm guessing if you are still listening to this right now, you may be one of them or may have been one of them. And here's the thing, the approach may have worked for you when you were younger, or perhaps when you had first tried to lose some weight or lose body fat. But over time, your body adapts and it's no longer going to respond to these severe calorie deficits. So here's the reason why. Your metabolism is really, really smart and it wants you to survive, right? Think about it like this. In terms of evolution, our bodies wanted to hold on to fat stores in case of a famine. When you slash your calories and you over-exercise, especially by doing lots and lots of cardio, and this is specifically to lose weight and to burn fat. I'm not talking about, I'm a runner, I'm training for Ironman. So yes, I'm doing a ton of cardio, but my goal is not to lose weight or burn fat. Of course, that's a perk, but it's not for that. I'm a runner because I like doing it. I'm doing all of the cardio because I'm training for a specific event. I'm talking to the people that are doing all this crazy cardio and cutting their calories just simply to lose weight and to burn fat, okay? So I just want to make that correction really quick. So first your body, so when you do that, when you slash your calories and you over-exercise, especially by doing lots of cardio, your body actually has built-in mechanisms that's going to protect your fat stores. First, your body sends a signal to your brain saying, uh-oh, Sally isn't getting enough food, right? So I'm going to make her really hungry to get her to seek food and to keep her from losing all her fat stores, which will keep me alive. That's why after a long day or a long week of eating just veggies and lean protein, you are so hungry that you have literally no willpower right? And you're going to eat anything that's not nailed down to the floor. Am I right? Like a week of just eating carrots and broccoli and really lean meat, and 5 days in, and by the end you're like, oh my God, I am starving, right? These aren't signs of some innate weakness or some lack of willpower. This is your body's built-in system that is working to try and keep you alive. Second, and this is a big one, your metabolism will actually slow down to conserve. Yep. It's going to slow down. I can't tell you how many times I've had people, especially women, come to me. They're frustrated by the fact that they're maintaining or they're even gaining weight despite the fact that they are doing everything right, right? They're doing all the cardio and they're eating less. And this isn't necessarily a sign that there's something wrong with you or your thyroid or your metabolism. In fact, it's actually a sign of a healthy metabolism because it's a sign that you're just going about it the wrong way. Another way to look at it, and this is more for our brainy people, when you undereat, your body activates an anti-starvation system marked by really high cortisol levels, which cortisol is your stress hormone, low leptin levels, which would be your the hormone that regulates your food intake, high ghrelin levels, which is your hunger hormone, and then low CCK levels, which is the digestive hormone. So this actually leads to more hunger, you're less satiated, and you have more cravings for sugar and carbs. And eventually, this hormonal picture can accumulate into water retention, body fat retention in the midsection, and more. This is actually something that I am teaching my Faster Way clients about this week. We're talking a little bit more about hormones and the importance of making sure that you're fueling enough so that you're not disrupting these things. So the question now is, well, shoot, I've been doing all the crazy cardio workouts and I'm eating less, and you're telling me that I'm doing it wrong. So what do I need to do to get it right? I have 4 tips. 4 tips. So, number 1, eat more food. Yes, I said it. I said, eat more food. Here's the thing. If you are only eating 1,200 calories, girl or guy, we got to talk, because that is not enough. It's not enough. Instead, you need to aim to maybe reduce your calorie intake by 10 to 15% per day below your body's calorie needs for maintenance. Okay, and a good tool for that is you could get on. One of the tools we use is MyFitnessPal, which is a free app. You can download, you can put in your goals, and it will actually tell you how much, and it will tell you the correct macros to eat. And then at that point you kind of need to tinker with the macros, but depending on you and your lifestyle and that sort of thing. Here's the thing though. Yes, you will lose weight a little bit slower, but you're going to lose less muscle in the process because you're going to be likely more to keep it off in the long run. So the slower you do it, the less muscle mass you lose, and you'll actually build in healthier habits. So focus on protein, focus on fiber, focus on veggies, and then, specifically, mostly whole foods. You would be absolutely amazed at how much more food you get to eat when you focus on whole foods. I'm not talking packages, I'm talking the real deal, whole foods. Now, and also I'm not saying, and this is something I tell my clients, it's really hard to go from eating lots of packaged foods to straight up whole foods. So, the approach I follow is more of an 80-20 approach. I'm not 100% whole foods, but I'm about 80%. And I can tell a huge difference when I focus on whole foods versus stuff that comes out of the package. So that's my number one tip, is eat more food. Number two, eat carbs. Eat carbs. There's no need to completely cut out an entire macronutrient. Your body needs carbs. That is the primary energy source for your body. In the 90s, we were told to avoid fat, right? And now sugar and carbs are the enemy. And the truth really lies somewhere kind of in the middle, right? So while it's true that eating too many carbs, especially white, refined carbs from white flours and sugar, can wreak havoc on your liver, your waistline. Obviously, your cholesterol numbers are going to go up. But if you go too low carb, can make you feel really tired. It's going to make you feel really lethargic, cranky, and it may inhibit fat loss. So one of my tips is to try carb cycling. Does a whole pizza, I can't even talk, count as a whole food? Nice. Not exactly, but I'm not telling you to avoid it. I'm just telling you to back off of it a little bit. You can still eat some of the good stuff that you like, just not all the time. So carb cycling, that is one of the strategies that we use in the program that I coach. I love carb cycling. And the reason is you get all the benefits of a low carb diet, but it's not low carb. Like, I only do low carb 2 days a week. In fact, today is one of my low carb days. And then I get to have carbs the rest of the week. So it actually works out really, really well. So you get all of those benefits of a low carb diet, but you still basically get to have your cake and eat it too. It's kind of how I look at it. If you want more information on that, hey Tommy, if you want more info on carb cycling, I have more info on it. I can send you a couple of good blog posts and things like that, or just ask me in the comments. And then number 3, my third tip is less cardio, more strength training. I can't tell this to women enough. I used to be that person that did all of the cardio. I mean, strength training was like a total afterthought. I don't know why. I love strength training now. But doing tons and tons of cardio is actually only going to make your body send signals to your brain to make you hungrier. It's going to make you crave sweets. And it actually burns fewer calories with exercise to keep fat on your body. So instead, incorporate more strength training or more weight training. So muscles are more metabolically active, meaning they burn more calories than fat when you're at rest. So the tip is go heavy when you're lifting for the best results. You're not going to burn as many calories lifting weights as you would at the same time period you would doing cardio. And sorry guys, if you jumped on, I'm live on Facebook too. So I've got my laptop and I've got my Instagram live going at the same time. So that's why I keep looking away. What was I saying? So you're not going to burn as many calories lifting weights as you would doing cardio in the same time period, but you're going to actually burn more calories overall with more muscle mass. So over time, as you do strength training, the goal is to build more lean tissue, more lean muscle mass, so that you speed up your metabolism. Your metabolic rate is going to increase the more amount of muscle you have on your body. So it's really important to do strength training. And I'm talking specifically for burning calories and fat loss. I mean, not to mention all of the other tons and tons of benefits there are to strength training. And if you want to know more on that, I did a live call last week. And I've uploaded it to my Instagram page, and it was all about strength training. So if you are interested to learn more about that, check it out. It was a good one. But also lifting weights doesn't necessarily result in the same compensatory mechanisms that would make you hungrier and seek out food. So it's not going to, like, when you do lots of cardio, that makes you really hungry. But when you do strength training, it doesn't make you near as hungry as doing lots of cardio does. So that's just something to note. And then also, ladies, and I talk about this in the last live that I did last week, don't fear lifting heavier, please, because you actually lack the testosterone needed to get really bulky. So lifting heavy is not going to make you bulky. Obviously, you're going to want to focus on form and not get injured. But if you can lift heavy, you should. And you shouldn't avoid it, and you shouldn't be scared of it because of some fear that you're going to get really big and look like a dude, because you won't. And then my last tip about, hey, Wahoo, my last tip about the tips for, trying to lose fat is that you need to incorporate rest days. Rest. That's huge. And that's something that was missing from my life before I started living the Faster Way lifestyle. I was doing way too much cardio, not doing strength training, not eating enough, and I wasn't resting. So resting is really, really important. If you have too much stress, and obviously you can have a lot of stress if you're not getting enough rest, it's really bad on your body. It's really bad when you're trying to achieve fat loss. And the reason behind that is because it's releasing cortisol into your body, and too much cortisol can really inhibit weight loss and fat loss. It can make you feel really drained and pretty irritable. Instead, make sure you try and get enough sleep each night. I would factor in at least one rest day a week if you're not already. And I mean, even turn in one of your workout days to more of an active recovery day. So think of it like walking or doing yoga, Pilates, things like that. And then, of course, after all of this, the thing is you need to give the process time. Like I said before, sustainable fat loss is a really slow process, and it's a good thing, because when you lose weight more slowly, you are developing really good habits that you can keep for the long term. You can maintain your muscle mass. You're not going to trigger any crazy mechanisms in your body that's going to send these crazy hunger hormones to you, to your brain. And then if you need any help with any of this, that's what I do. I'm a Faster Way coach. I've been doing it for 2 years. We do all the things that I'm talking about. We incorporate rest days. In fact, 2 rest days a week. We make sure that we're fueling enough with the right foods at the right times, including carbs. Definitely love my carbs. We incorporate strength training, and we show you how. We do all of these things with the intention of burning fat. Specifically, I don't necessarily look at the scale. I know a lot of people really focus on the scale. That's one thing I tell my clients to throw out. Don't get on the scale. There's no reason. It's not measuring your energy levels. It's not measuring how your clothes fit. It's not measuring how much fat you have. It's not measuring your hormones, how you're feeling, all of those things. So, our intention is really pairing all of these strategies, including intermittent fasting, carb cycling, our quick workouts, to help clients develop really healthy habits that they can sustain and maintain for a lifetime. So it's been, the cycle that we do follow a cycle, a food cycle paired with specific workouts to really get the body to focus on burning more fat for fuel. So anyways, if you guys have questions on that, I run rounds like every 4 to 6 weeks, and I've got one coming up in February. So if you're interested in joining, and it's for guys too, this is not just for the ladies, let me know. Just comment or send me a DM or comment in the post. I'm live on Facebook here too. So anyways, that's all. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to do another live call next week. I can't remember what the topic is. I'll need to look at my notes. But I'm also going to be bringing in people to do live like interviews with. My sister is actually going to be one. She's a nurse practitioner, but she's also has her certification in functional medicine, and she's an athlete. So she's learning a ton, and she's still getting certifications in different stuff. But she's my go-to when it comes to like training and supplements and hormones and something feels off and all of that stuff. So she'll be really fun to chat with. But that's coming up soon. So anyways, that's all I have. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. And have a wonderful rest of your week. Talk to you soon.